Hello, everyone. I am here with Filip Koren. Hello, Philip.
Hello, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, technically, we met before.
Yeah,
Philip won huge prize, best short film at the Beverly Hills Film Festival. That's where we met. I was
yeah,
blown away by your film, by the way. It was just so
thank
beautiful,
you,
such a gorgeous piece of work. We're going to get to that
thank
soon.
you.
But first, I want to ask you, you're a filmmaker.
Uh-huh,
What was the first
yeah.
film that you think turned you into like a cinema hall, like where it really got you into movies, where you saw it and you're like, oh, this is what I want to do?
Oh, the first film. I think that would be like the 1999 Tarzan actually.
Really?
Yeah, the Disney film. Yeah, yeah. I was 4 years old,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was my first time in the cinemas. And I remember I saw this beautiful film, and it's kind of like you had this multi-layered genre because Tarzan has like everything to. It got romantic elements, it got action, it got horror elements, it got comedy and musical elements. But
Mm.
I remember like the scene when the ape mother was singing this lullaby to Tarzan when he was a child, and I was kind of like I remember I could like relate to the ape mother because I had like I could feel like this is a person from my life. And that was my grandmother. So I was like I saw so many like traits from the character to my own grandmother. So I was like, whoa, that was so powerful. So I think like actually that was the first time when a film really got to me in a way it didn't have before. Even I was four, and I don't remember like almost nothing when I was 4 years old, but I remember that one cinematic experience at the cinema watching Tarzan. I was
Oh, that,
terrified, but I loved it.
that's amazing. I can't remember
Yeah,
anything I was for. That's incredible, but that's
that's the only.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Well, it is
that's,
a
yeah.
beautiful film. I mean, I've seen
It
it. It's
is.
gorgeous. I mean, I feel like it's impossible not to cry. It's just so,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, and something about incorporating like comparing animals to humans and similar behavior and
Yes,
stuff. It's just a very beautiful poetic thing and just makes it all relative. It's so
I
nice.
agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah,
That's
very special.
awesome. Now let me ask you, because again, I was just so impressed with your skills as a filmmaker,
Okay,
just writer,
thank you.
director. When
You're
you
way too kind.
I loved it. It was so good. It was so simple but so moving. And again, I can't wait to get to talking about it. But I wanted to ask you, just as a filmmaker,
Uh-huh.
when you go into a film and you watch a movie for the first time, what is the first thing that you notice? Is it the cinematography? Is it the music? Is it the acting? What really gets you as a filmmaker?
I think the first thing that the first thing that really I'm thinking about when I start watching a film could be that's the tone of the film.
Okay.
Yeah, the tone because it's it have like this feeling almost like a color or a smell, like
Mm,
this feeling, this tone and this atmosphere, and yeah, the tone sets up everything.
yeah,
So I think like that's the first thing when I watch a film and I want to live in the film,
sure.
and while the film progresses, I need to know the tone. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, because I there are so many unique filmmakers that do have their own specific style and tone. Like
Right.
you watch like a Wes Anderson or something. He always has a
Yeah.
very specific kind of visual style, but also just a
Yeah.
tone and overall kind of uniqueness to the way he does things with like kind of a dramedy, kind
Yeah.
of a comedy. Like it's hard to put your finger on, but it's really special when somebody makes their own kind of tone. Like there's something
It
very,
is.
yeah, amazing. Like when
Yeah.
you're watching a certain like, oh, this is a Kubrick
Yeah.
film. It's like, you just know right away they have a very specific tone to their
It
film.
it is. It's kind of like the signature, but it's kind of also the tone, the feeling that you get that's so specific. So
Yes.
so so yeah, I totally agree with you. It's an own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're doing a great job as a
Yeah.
filmmaker developing your own style, because I was just so moved,
Thank you.
and now this is where I'm excited because we're going to talk about your movie for a second because I was so blown and you
All
well
right.
deserved, so well deserved that you got the award. So well deserved. I just want to tell you it was
Oh, thank you.
beautiful. The remaining ones you wrote and directed. What was the inspiration behind this film? Because I know it was such a simple story, just about a boy, his father just passed on, and it flashes back to the fact that he wasn't the best father, and it's hard for him to really grieve properly, and he's surrounded by these
Yeah.
relatives that are all grieving for him, and he almost doesn't want to, in a sense, because he wasn't the best father. I mean, what was your inspiration behind this? What encouraged you to write this script?
So it started with music.
Okay.
Like everything I write started with music. I
Yeah.
um I started just making this Spotify playlist with
Yeah.
different songs,
Mm.
and that's also where I get like the tone from. When I
Mm.
like what kind of tone, what kind of feeling do I want to have when I'm making this film?
Mm.
So start with that, and the more I was writing, the more personal it got. So it started with like this, just music. We just is writing this feeling of this siblings who was just driving a car in the snow, and just the feeling of that scenario right there.
Mm.
Um, but it now I can call it like more an autobiographical fiction, which is kind
Mm.
of it's a fictional story based on real elements or scenes from the author, which it was
Yeah.
me that wrote the thing. So it was getting more personal. It's the most personal short film I made today. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful. And you know
So
what I loved about
thank
it?
you.
It's like, when you write, there's always like the protagonist, the antagonist, and it's just sometimes it's easy to make
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
it's easy to fall into that trap of making
right,
characters two-dimensional, not having enough depth to them.
right.
Like, but your film did a good job because I felt sorry for every one of the characters, like I really did. Like I saw their side,
Okay.
like I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
saw
yeah,
their
yeah.
side to the story. Like at first I
Right.
obviously empathize more with the main character, but then when you
Yeah,
realize, okay, yeah, these other people are grieving for a man, maybe they shouldn't be. They're doing it for other
yeah,
people. They're trying to be considerate of other family
yeah.
members, correct? And there is that side to it too that you don't think of. It's like, yes, he wasn't a good dad to you. You have every right to hate him, but there's
Right.
other people here that did love him. So you might have to,
Yes.
understand that and realize that it's not all about, but it's hard because I get both sides of it. I totally, you did a great job at
Yeah.
making characters three-dimensional and adding a lot of depth. And
Thank you.
that's not easy to do as a writer. It's always easier to just make, the token bad guys,
Yeah.
the token good guy, but you went further and you did such an amazing job. So congrats. But
Thank you.
now I know you're from Norway.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now, was the Beverly Hills Film Festival, was that your first US film festival experience?
No, I've been to first time in LA, a festival
Okay,
in LA.
okay,
But I've been to New York 2 times,
okay.
and Cincinnati 1 time.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
wow.
my fourth.
Okay, okay, awesome. And like, what
Yeah.
would you like? It's like, what was that like coming here and coming to your first film festival? Was it what you expected? Was it like, what were the people like that you met, and what was your
That was
experience?
that was great. Like the people out the first film festival I was to, uh, that was in Cincinnati, and
Okay.
that was with a horror short film actually. So I was
Oh,
on
wow.
the Horror Hound Film Festival,
Oh.
and but the people were so nice. They were lovely people, and I got so many great connections who I actually
Mm.
still talk to this day
Mhm.
from the festival. So the people were really lovely, nice people.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing. And I
great.
know you were just saying because you also helped out on the film. What was it? You were at cons. What was the name of the film again? I'm sorry,
Oh yeah,
Sentimental
a
Value?
Sentimental Value. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I heard it got a huge standing ovation.
Yeah, it got 19 minutes,
Wow.
which is like the third or fourth best standing ovation in the history, I think.
That's
So
amazing. Wow.
that was great. Yeah, no, I'm really proud of the film. I am. It's a
Wow, that's
great,
amazing. I
great
feel like my
film.
hands would start bleeding after clapping for 90 minutes, but that's
Oh yeah, it was
that's
heavy 90
phenomenal.
minutes, but I was happy.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that's
feel it
saying
after 10
something.
minutes. You're like, oh,
You're like, okay, all
you want
right.
to do it, but it's kind of
Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. Yeah.
right.
That's awesome.
Kind of felt like a workout in a while.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
let me ask you, because I was there when you got announced as the overall winner for the short film category at
Yeah,
Beverly Hills. What was
yeah.
it like when they called your name? Did you expect it? Like, what was the feeling like when they announced you?
Not at all. Not at all. Like that's my speech was so terrible. It was awful. And that's my second time standing on an American stage.
Okay, amazing.
We know speech. We
Okay,
know speech whatsoever. And it's, I'm terrible. I don't, like I didn't we got like a chance at all to win. Uh,
yeah,
because there's so many beautiful films. And
yeah,
normally, like the film festivals I've been to before,
hmm
you know the category you're nominated in.
yeah,
But because there's so many films in Beverly Hills Film Festival, you don't know
mhm,
nothing. You have no clue.
right,
So I remember I was sitting on this table right from the stage, so I
yeah,
can look right off the stage, and I had this friend to my left. We was like so hyped, and also my buddy Magnus from Norway was
yeah.
sitting to my right, and the presenter was mentioning that the best foreign short.
Okay.
So my friend to the left was like, "Oh, this could be you," and I was like, "Oh." Wow. And Magnus was like taking his phone up and start to film,
Uh-huh.
and the presenter was like, "Yeah, and the best foreign short film goes to How Kids Roll." And we're
Uh,
like, "Oh yeah," and I was like,
yeah,
"Yeah."
right.
Sure. And he was like, "Oh, better luck next time." And I was like, "Yeah, all
Yeah,
right, all right." So I said
right,
to Magnus, I was like, "Yeah, maybe this is a good thing because I have no speech." You know, okay.
right, right.
So I was like, we're taking his phone down, and we're like sitting, eating, and 10 minutes later, I was my fifth glass of wine. I was like pouring the wine glass. We're kind of like sitting there for a while, you know, and Magnus has taken his phone down. So now it comes like to one of the main categories, like the jury awards, right?
hmm
And because my film is in a region, I
hmm
thought the only thing was the best foreign short I could be nominated in
Oh,
because
gotcha.
it is in the region, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
like Hokey's Roll was a beautiful film, so I
yeah.
was like, yeah. So I was sitting there, and the presenter was like, "Yeah, and the best short film goes to the remaining ones." And I was like, looking at Magnus, and I was like, "Is this us?" And he was, "Oh yeah, yeah, you have to go to the stage." And I, oh. So I just jumped off the chair and just starting to go to the stage. And it's kind of funny because he wasn't filming, so like he
Yeah.
started to film, but he was like so unprepared. So this the first 5 seconds of the film was like he's filming the gram, and you can hear applause and screaming, and it was like
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to me, and I was already on the stage almost because we didn't think at all we had a chance. It was so many great films at the festival.
Oh
So
my
it
God.
was really a surrealistic situation. Yes,
That was
but
the,
no,
I was
I didn't
there.
think I was. Yeah, like the first thing I said when I come to the stage was like, "Hi," and like all of the other speeches was so great. Like they have like these 4 or 5 minutes long speeches, like so these monologues, which was so good. And I think like my speech was like maybe 20 seconds, maybe. They were like the shortest one. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I remember you
Hey
going,
guys.
didn't realize you were 5 glasses wine deep.
Oh, I was drunk. I couldn't say it, but I was, yeah, yeah. So
Just going up there and being like, the speech. I'm sorry. You're like,
yeah, I was just thinking about go straight, go straight, go straight. Don't like do just focus on her steps, right?
oh my God, that is so funny. Oh man. Well, I'll tell you, I wasn't surprised you won because I loved it and I just thought it was such a good film. And, and it's always exciting when you see something like that come from somebody because I can't wait to see what else you have coming up. Now it's like, all right,
Right.
well, good intro to what Philip can do. So I wonder what else he has coming down the pike. But let me ask
Right.
you a question.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a filmmaker, what do you think is one of the biggest mistakes you ever made making a movie where you're like, oh God, like if I could do it all over again or something, or maybe something happened on the set that was a good learning experience that you're like, well, not gonna do this again, something.
Uh, um, I think the like I have situations, but I think like
Mm,
the one thing
mm.
that was like the biggest thing was maybe not trusting myself enough as a director.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
when you're like writing and when you're directing, you get like 100 questions on the set of how is this chair in the background is going to look like and why, right?
Yeah.
So you
Hmm.
get like hundreds of questions of this one chair,
Hmm.
and you need to know what kind of chair it's going to be, and how it's going to look and stuff like that. And people
Hmm.
are coming up to you with like advices of, yeah, I think the chair should be like green and maybe, and they
Hmm.
couldn't give you advices. But if you don't know your story good enough, and you
Hmm.
get of these advices, which is good advices, but if you
Hmm.
listen to them, like too many of them, and doing the like listen to the advices,
Yeah.
it's going to end up like a film, but not
Mhm.
your film anymore.
You're right.
So they will
Yeah.
sit there in post production and be like, I don't know what this is anymore. And yeah, it started with a chair, but now it's something else entirely, because if you do this with too many things,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
don't understand what it is anymore. And that's the lesson I learned. Yeah, to really, you have to know your draft. And that's maybe also I need to, everything I direct, I need to kind of write, because I really need to understand where it comes from. I
Mm.
could like write with somebody else, of course, but I need to be one of the writer, because I need to really understand
Mm.
what I'm telling. If not,
Okay.
I'm just like saying stuff and make it look good, but it's not going to be authentic anymore. It's not going to be like on a personal level, like something that people could like relate to in a better way than just, oh yeah, it was a pretty film.
Yeah, for sure. Now, would you, as a director, would you be open to directing other people's writing? Like if a screenwriter approached you and
Sure.
said, "Hey, I want to pay you to direct my film," would you be open to
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah. Yeah.
Then,
I would like to work with other writers, of course. I haven't done that like my first official short film I did, but I need to kind of like, I need to understand the vision 100% and really
okay.
like know, okay, this is something I can direct. And if the script is great, but I
Mhm.
don't see I can do it justice, then I would say no. Not because of the script is bad. It could be like the best script I ever read, but I would, if I don't,
Mhm.
I know I can't do the justice.
Mhm.
I need to direct something that I really like understand how to direct,
Sure,
if that
sure.
makes
Like
sense.
something you have more of like a personal connection with, right? Like something
In a
you,
way, in a way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
In a
No,
way.
that totally makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Now, what are top five? This is a tough one. What are your top five favorite films? Like if somebody asked you just off the cuff, like off the top of your head.
Uh,
I know it's a hard question, right?
I hate, like
I know
I
you
hate,
hate these questions.
yeah, because
There's so
it could
many.
be like the that could like differ from day to day,
Yeah, I
and
know. And
also
there's so
like in the
many
morning
genres.
like could be something, and in the afternoon it could be something else entirely. So that like,
Well, let's say
but
today. What are you feeling today, Philip? What's your today? What's your
today, okay, let me
put you on the
today,
spot?
five films or
Yeah,
10 or five,
five.
five. Uh, I need to say After Sun. That would be
Okay.
the first one. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Shotwell's After Sun. That's a beautiful film.
Mm,
And I will also say Good Will Hunting. Yeah,
good one. That's a good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will say Persona.
Mm, okay.
That one of
Haven't
my
seen
all
that.
time.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
you
have to
need
check that
that
one.
one. That was
Oh,
incredible film. Yeah, yeah.
awesome. Cool.
Um, Coda. I think it's
Yeah,
from 2020 or something. Yeah, Coda was beautiful. Yeah,
that's a good one.
and let me. Okay, I will say Hereditary.
Oh,
Ari
that's
Aster, 2020, 2018's Hereditary. Yeah, yeah. Just to mix it a little
terrifying.
bit up.
Yeah. Such
Yeah,
a good film.
terrifying film, but
Yeah,
also an incredible film. Yeah.
absolutely.
Was that four, five? That was five.
I think
Yeah.
that's fine. Yep, very
Yeah.
good. Awesome. Okay, I think I can count. I think I've had enough coffee. I'm not
One,
sure.
two, three, four, 10.
I'll rewatch it and be like, damn, that was actually four. Now, let me ask you, because you do writing and directing.
Yeah.
Who's like one of your favorite directors and who's one of your favorite writers? Or do you have one that does both? That's like one of your favorites. Like who inspires you as a writer
That
and
could. That's kind of the same answer, because that could also like differ from day to day.
true. Yeah,
So
fair enough.
so because I have like, of course I have like some people that I really love the writing and the directing.
Sure.
Um, but let me say right now, I saw Robert Eggers' Nosferatu
Oh.
again last night, and I think
Mm.
like as a writer and a director, he didn't have one miss. Like every
Yeah.
the four feature film is beautiful films, also
Mm.
about the tone and atmosphere actually.
Yes. He does have.
So I love his, yeah, I love his writing
Mm.
and the cinematography, the lighting, the acting, and the art department in general. Like
Mm.
the period pieces, and they're so like every time I see a Robert Eggers film, I'm really like living in the
Yeah.
film.
Sure.
It's kind of, yeah, it's just I would say Robert Eggers right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Willem Dafoe recently was interviewed, and he basically said anything he does, I'll be in it because I just love his films.
Right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
like, I just love his movies.
I
Like
can see
anything
that.
he does, I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be
yeah,
in
yeah.
it. Just grateful to be in his films. It's like, that's yeah, but you're right. I think The Lighthouse was just phenomenal. When I saw The Lighthouse, I was just like, this is a
Beautiful.
unique film. Like I've never seen anything like this before, and it was just haunting. It wasn't like a
Right.
jump scare, but it was just creepy and just good. It was very, very
No, no,
good.
no. Yeah, it was really, yeah, yeah. No, Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is a beautiful film, and it's all like
Yeah.
I had some dreams,
Mm.
which kind of reminded me of the Lighthouse. Like really, like when you have when you have like some depressing dreams, like everything is bleak in the dreams. I don't know if you have had it done before. And the Lighthouse is basically like, yeah, that's when I have a bad dream. That's kind of the dream. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
kind of like this bleak feeling, this the tone, the nightmarish feeling of not like they're not getting off the island. So there's that.
right.
So so
Definitely had
yeah,
a.
no,
You ever read H.P. Lovecraft? You ever read any of his
yeah,
books? Yeah, it kind of reminded me a lot of like H.P. Lovecraft.
yes,
Like,
yes, yes,
like
yes,
watching, I was like, this is just creepy, and the whole
yeah,
marine kind of theme to it and stuff. It was just really, the mariner kind of
yeah,
theme. Very creepy for sure. Okay, and then
really.
I wanted to ask you because we kind of
Uh-huh.
touched on this earlier. Do you have anything else you're working on right now that's coming down the pike? Like I know you said you were writing. Is there anything you want to talk about, or do you want to just keep it under wraps? I don't want to put you on the spot.
I have two short films
Okay,
and one feature film in development.
cool.
But I'm in the writing process of all of them, so I don't
Awesome.
want to say too much right now
Okay,
because all of them is really early.
sure.
Uh, but I can say the genre.
Okay.
Like the first short film is going to be a drama,
Mm,
naturalistic film. The
hmm.
other one is going to be a horror short film.
Awesome.
And the feature is going to be a coming of age type of
Okay.
drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. I
So
can't wait to see it.
yeah,
Feel.
thank you. They're all really personal, and I'm really exciting to when the time comes show it to you. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I can't wait.
really excited about these new projects.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Well, I'm really excited to see it. And then my last question for you.
Uh-huh.
We both are into short filmmaking. What do you think about the market of short films? Like, do you see a future for short films there being like a profitable market for them, or do you think short films are just meant as more of like a stepping stone? Like, what is your opinion on like the future of short films?
Uh oh, that's a good question. Like I think short films is slowly like developing to a more mainstream audience.
Mm,
I think like because yeah, yeah, yeah. I think because of the stories are more specific and more right to the point. I think yeah, we do like have hopefully a good future in the short films, and
mm,
some of the best films I've seen is also short films actually,
yes.
because they're just selling enough, but like
Mm,
only like the most important things. So
mm,
yeah, so I do see a future market in the short film industry, but it depends on the country though. Like
sure.
I talked to a friend of mine yesterday, and he was talking about like how in he had some directors from Hong Kong, and they get
Mm,
like paid for making short films, like the salaries. And as a Norwegian director, we get like we got money to the
mm,
films, and we can like make salary out of it, but we
mm.
don't earn anything from it. It's kind of like, as you said, a stepping stone to making a feature film. So
Gotcha.
when I'm making a short films in Norway, it's more like you, hey, this is a short film. If you
Hmm.
want me to develop it to a feature or do something else,
Hmm.
that's great.
Okay.
So, but in the future, I think short films would be more profitable and easier for people who doesn't see short films in the usual sense to watch them because there's so many great short films. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it seems like the whole like vertical film has become more popular. Like the whole micro dramas they call them, where they're like a minute long. You could watch them on your phone. There's like weird. They're calling like vertical shorts.
I
And
haven't seen that.
I haven't watched them, but I've seen like commercials
Okay.
for them. And there's an
Okay.
app you could download, and you pay a monthly subscription, and you could watch like one to
Oh.
2 minute dramas like on an app, like little
Okay.
micro shorts, and they're like verticals, like they're shot vertically, so you could watch them on your phone, which is kind of
Right.
so I haven't actually watched any, so I can't criticize, but it's an interesting concept. I mean, apparently they're taking off. It's like a big thing now. I don't know. I'm
But
like,
but but you've seen the films on the phone.
no, yeah, you're watching them on the phone. Like you download an
Yeah.
app and you watch them. I haven't
Right.
personally watched them yet, but I've seen like
Okay.
commercials, and apparently there's like a huge market for them right now. Like people make a lot of money
Okay.
making these films, so might be something for you to think about.
That's something. Yeah, but again, you have to see the film on the phone.
Exactly.
I,
Yeah, I don't
I
really like
can't see
watching.
films on the
Yeah.
phone. Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm
no,
not a
no,
big
no.
fan of watching movies on the phone personally. I'm a TV
Right.
person myself, or cinema. Like I like to go to the movie theater. But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I'm getting ready to go
I
see the movie Friendship. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I only see YouTube videos on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I
for sure.
don't.
Me too.
Yeah,
Same, for
trailers
sure.
maybe, but then again, if there's like a good film, I have to see the trailer on the TV.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Uh,
Now, when were your film, the remaining ones, when will it be available for people to watch? Is it still doing the festival run right now, or is
it's
it
still doing a festival run. I don't
okay?
know. That's a great question.
Okay. Maybe
I
next
have
year?
to. Yeah, yeah, next year I think I have to ask my producer actually,
Okay.
but I think next year would be the yeah.
Awesome.
It had like a festival run right now
Right.
to end of this year I think so. So next year it will be available. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I cannot wait. I can't wait. Like, I hope you let me know when it's available because I can't wait to share it with everybody. Because I've been
Okay.
talking
Yeah.
to
Sure.
people about your film, and it's just so
Thank you.
phenomenal. And I'm just so happy I got to
Thank you.
meet you and
Yeah,
talk
you
to you.
too.
And
You too. Yeah.
thank you.
From Beverly
Thank
Hills
you.
to here. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Thank
Just
you.
say when the film is going to be online. Just don't watch it on the phone. That's the only thing. Don't watch it
Okay,
on the
not
phone.
on the phone. I'll make sure to have a disclaimer. Please, for the love of God, do not watch this on the phone. Just,
Yes.
please,
Yes.
if
Not
you
the
want
phone
your
film.
laptop, okay, but TV is preferable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Philip.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this was a really, really great interview. I'm so happy I got to meet you, and I hope I get to see more of what you're doing.
Yeah. Thank you. And likewise. Likewise.
Awesome. Well,
Happy to
thank
talk
you.
to you again.
Happy to talk to you. Take
All
care.
right.